guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, then please hit that subscribe button, and if you are not new here, then welcome back, guys. So in today's video I'm going to be talking you through my vlogging, blogging and Instagram equipment, so everything that I use for kind of video editing and photography. So if you want to see what equipment I use and what I would recommend, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with the camera that I am filming on. So I am filming on the Canon 70D. Really good camera. I don't really think it's that important, the body of the camera. It's more about the lenses that you use. Now I use the 40mm lens, which gives a nice kind of blurred background effect. I know that a lot of YouTubers use 50mm lenses as well, and there is a nice affordable 50mm lens, which is a really good one to invest in. This one was quite expensive. I can't really remember now the price of it because I got it quite a long time ago, but it will be on Amazon or John Lewis. When I purchase all of my technology items, most of it is from John Lewis. I have got a few things from Jessop's before and also Amazon. So I'm going to talk you through what I've bought and where I get it from. So this camera was from John Lewis, and I also got the lens at the same time from John Lewis and the memory card. So the memory card is a 64 gig memory card, I think. Yeah, really good camera. Like I said, it's more about the lens that you invest in rather than the body of the camera, because to be honest, it's not much different from the 600D, which I used to have. So I used to have this Canon 600D, which is what I started off with. And the only reason I didn't like that one was because I couldn't autofocus. So if I would bring my phone, say, up to you now, it would obviously focus, this camera focuses on my phone and then refocuses back on my face, but with my old camera it didn't do that, which I found really frustrating. So I would have to like sit down and, you know, get all focused before I started filming, and if I wanted to ever bring a product up close, it was really frustrating because I'd have to refocus, and my eyes aren't that great, so it was really annoying for me. So I had to get a camera that would autofocus. It really is something that you want to think about when you're getting a camera. So yeah, really good camera, love it. I also use a microphone on this camera, and that is the Rode microphone. I'll link them down below or mention them down below what the names of them are, because there are so many different microphones. I don't really know if this makes much of a difference to the sound quality on my videos. I think it does make it like less echoey and a bit more professional sounding, but I don't really know how to set it up properly. I think I've set it up right. It's never given me any problem. It's just another thing to have. Another thing to buy. I mean, you don't need a microphone at all. I've survived for years without a microphone. I just wanted to make my sound, you know, be a little bit more professional and clearer, and I definitely think it has helped with that. So yeah, that is the Rode mic. I have got another few lenses for this camera. So I've got the 30mm Sigma lens, which I don't actually use that much anymore because it's a very heavy lens, but it was great for photos. So it gives that really, really blurred background, but crisp images, which is gorgeous. But both of these lenses do that. So the 40mm will also do that, and I think I prefer it because it's like a pancake lens, so it's flat. Also, something to think about is the lenses. So some lenses will have like a zoom on them and some don't. So when I bought my lenses in the past, I would like get the lens and I was thinking I could zoom in and out and stuff, and then it was not, it was a fixed lens. So you couldn't actually like zoom in or out. So definitely look into that if that's something that you want out of your lens, because for me, taking photos of the kids, you know, when they're far away, I want a lens that I can also zoom in on. But that is not something that I have got at the moment. So that was a little bit frustrating for me when I bought these lenses, because I didn't realise they were fixed lenses, and I didn't really know much about that when I first invested in these. So definitely check that out. If you want to have something with a zoom, then, you know, do some research on the lenses and things like that. But this 40mm fixed lens is perfect for filming my sit down videos. Now we'll move on to my next piece of camera equipment. So I've got a vlogging camera, which is this one here, and this is the Canon G7X Mark II. Absolutely love this camera. It's perfect for vlogging. When I first started YouTube, I didn't do any vlogging, so I just had the one camera. I got this one last year because I've started to get into vlogging more, and obviously, as you know, I do vlogs now, and this camera is perfect for that. This one has a zoom on it. It focuses really quickly. It's got good sound quality. It's a great camera. It's very small as well, perfect for your handbag. And I also got this Manfrotto tripod, which is also very sturdy. It's great. I absolutely love this tripod. It's perfect for when you're vlogging, so you can hold it up and, you know, it's just much more sturdy and still. So when you're holding your camera, sometimes you might be a little bit shaky, but this just helps you be a little bit more stabilized and, you know, get that shot a lot nicer. So I absolutely love this camera and would highly recommend the tripod as well. I definitely would recommend getting a tripod. It just makes so much difference when you're vlogging. With the G7X, you can flip the screen up so you can see yourself in the camera, which is great. It just makes it so much easier when you're vlogging to see yourself. You can see that you're in the shot and things like that. So that's another pro of having that camera. The next bit of equipment, I have another camera. So this is the third and final camera. I don't have any more. With vlogging, blogging and YouTube and all of that, there's a lot of equipment involved. You don't have to have all of the equipment. I'm a bit of a tech geek and I love technology and I love camera equipment. I'm really into photography and I used to be into it a lot more. I just haven't had the time to take as many photos as I used to do. So that's why I have invested in all of these different lenses and things like that. So I really enjoy photography and this is why I've got so much equipment. But like I said, you don't need all of this. You just need one camera and you're good to go, basically. I used to not even use a tripod. I used to like balance it on books and do it really old school, which was absolutely fine for me. But just for the ease of things, that's why you need a tripod, to be able to move things around and make it a lot easier for yourself. So for Instagram photos, I get a lot of questions on those, and most of the time it's either on my iPhone or this little beauty. This is the Olympus pen EPL7. I think this is discontinued now as well, and they've now got the EPL8 out. It's such a good camera, guys. With the Olympus pen, you can flip the screen down, which is great, but I found this camera is no good for vlogging. I wouldn't recommend it for vlogging at all. It took too long to focus on me or focus on what I was, you know, shooting. It is also not very good in low light, unfortunately, but it takes really good photos, gorgeous photos. And again, I think it's all about the lens with this one. So I did get it with the, you get like the kit lens that comes with it. I wouldn't recommend the kit lens really. It doesn't do horrible photos, but I prefer something a little bit nicer. So I invested in this lens, which is which one's this one? This is a 17mm. This is the most recent lens I bought for it, but I did buy, first of all, the 45mm lens, which is great for fashion photography. It gives that gorgeous blurred background. You do have to stand very far away from the subject that you're shooting because it's so close up. It's like a real zoomed in lens, but it does give that gorgeous blurred background, which I adore. I did find it a little hard using that when I was shooting, like when I was taking photos like either in restaurants or, you know, when you're close up with people, it was too zoomed in, like you would literally get just their nose in the shot or something. So I thought I would get another lens, and this is the 17mm, which again will give that nice blurred background, not too blurry, but it's another great lens, and I'll definitely choose this over the kit lens for sure. This is great for like food photography, if you want to just take photos up close. So if you're taking photos of products and things like that, I would definitely recommend the 17mm. They're both great lenses. Definitely do your research when you're buying all of this equipment because it is expensive. What else have I got here? So I've just got this, which is great. So this is just a remote that I use with my Canon camera. So when you want to take photos, you can literally just press a button and it will take your photos for you, so you haven't got to keep going back and forwards like setting a timer or anything like that. This is your best friend when you're alone and you need to take some photos. So definitely invest in one of these. They're only cheap. I think I got this one off of eBay actually. I've lost these so many times. I'm always losing these, but they are really good and they're great if you're on your own and you need to take photos. I've even used this to take like, you know, fashion photos if I'm on my own. I would, you know, get my tripod, set it all up and just snap away with this. So you can do it all on your own. You don't need photographers, you don't need videographers, you can do it on your own, and things like this really, really help with that. Memory cards are really important as well. I have only got two. I did lose one. This is a 32GB, but I've got a 64 as well. And these are just, you know, you obviously need these. 64 is much easier when you're filming because it's so annoying when you're filming and you run out of memory. Definitely have some backups of these. I need to get some more because, you know, they fill up very quickly. What I will say as well, with all of the cameras that I've got, I have an app on my phone for each of them, and I can transfer the photos straight away, which is ideal. So good. So you haven't got to like connect it up to anything or anything like that. You literally use the apps, transfer the photos on, and you can upload them straight to Instagram then, or edit on your phone however you would. But that is again a really handy feature for all of the cameras that I've got. I'm filming in natural light now, but in the evenings or when I was doing beauty videos, I would always use a ring light, which is this light here. So it looks like this. And this is a WALIMEX. I think it's WALIMEX ring light, yeah. I did use softbox lights, but they were really big and they're quite hard to store. And as you can see, the ring light, it's a lot smaller and it's much easier to store. I did have a tripod, which was that eBay cheap one. It broke, but now I don't actually use it. What I do is I actually pop this onto my camera and I kind of balance it, because I have the flip out screen for my camera and it just balances just right. So that is my makeshift tripod. It's fine, it works for me. But yeah, I don't use it that often. I used to use it much more when I did my beauty videos. But obviously I don't do as many of those anymore, so I don't need it as much. But when the lighting's not great, it's such a good light to have. It makes all the difference. But when you want to kind of light your background, obviously you need light in the front and you need light at the back as well. Sometimes it can make the background dark when you've got the big lights in front of you. And so recently I got a Manfrotto light, and it's like a big square light, and I used to pop it behind me, and it kind of gives you that like halo effect, you know, like on beauty guru videos where you see that their background, they've got like this halo of light. And I use one of those lights to give that effect, which is a great light. It's so powerful. I need to get like again, I need to get a tripod stand for it so I can use it in front of me as well sometimes if I don't want to use this one. I haven't had time to kind of sort all of that out yet. That light is actually upstairs in Renzo's room at the moment and he's napping, so I can't show you it. But I will put a picture up here so you can have a look at what it looks like. But yeah, that is everything I use equipment wise. Now when it comes to editing, I just use a MacBook Pro and I use Final Cut Pro. That is quite expensive as well. I think it was about £200 for the editing software. But then you've got it then, so you can just use it all the time. I used to use iMovie, which was absolutely fine as well, but I just wanted something that I can, you know, do extra effects and stuff like that. And Final Cut Pro was kind of the next step up for me that I wanted to go to. All my editing is done on the MacBook, and that is it really. So when I'm editing my videos, I've also invested in different programs to put onto Final Cut Pro. So you can change like the transitions. You get loads of different transitions and titles and things like that, but I just wanted different ones. And you could actually buy them. I think it's from Pixel. What's it called now? The website I buy mine off of is called Pixel Film Studios, and they're quite expensive. Well, they're about $40 to $100 depending on what you buy. When I got Final Cut Pro, all I did was search YouTube videos, how to use it, and there are so many videos on YouTube teaching you how to use Final Cut Pro. There's the basics and there's going more into depth on editing and stuff like that. I don't really do any fancy editing here, but you know, sometimes I want to make my videos look a little bit more snazzy, and I learn everything from YouTube. So definitely have a little research on YouTube if you want to learn how to up your editing skills. Also with the music that I use on my YouTube videos, I just have Epidemic Sound. So I have a subscription with them. I think it's like £10 a month, and you can use all of their music on your videos and it's royalty free. That's definitely something that I would recommend. I didn't do it before. I used to find it so hard to find music to go on my videos, and it used to be so annoying, like when you'd upload a video and there'll be like a copyright thing come up from YouTube and you're like, oh god, again. So Epidemic Sound is definitely something I would recommend if you want music for your videos. And yeah, that is all I use really, guys. I don't use anything else, I don't think. But if you've got any questions on any of the equipment that I've mentioned, or how I do anything, then do let me know and I'll answer your questions straight away. This was kind of like one of those videos that I just thought, oh, I'll film that today, and I haven't like really prepped myself for it, so I've probably been rambling a little bit, but hopefully I got all of the information out there that you wanted to know. But if you do have any questions on like how I edit things or anything like that, and you want a video on those, then let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.